Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Trekking Through History. Trekking Through History is a game published by Underdog Games, designed by Charlie Bink. Plays, where are the players? I thought I saw it. I think it's 2 to 4, I believe. 2 to 4 players, probably no more than an hour. And effectively what you're doing in this is their theme. You are about to go on a 3-day tour of history, traveling thousands of years in a time machine to experience great moments from our past. Trekking Through History takes place in 3 rounds, each representing 1 day of your trip. Each day you'll visit a series of historical events, spending a different number of hours at each. Along the way, you'll score points for sticking to your itinerary and visiting historical events in chronological order. There you go. All right, so you're trying to collect cards, but you want to go from oldest to newest. If there's ever a point when you can't do that, you have to start a new trek. The more cards you have in your trek, the more points you're going to get at the end of the game. That's it. So that's enough talking about it. Let's go on the table. Check it out. All right, so here's a game of Trekking Through History, all set up for 2 players. To set up, you're going to put the playmat out. You're going to shuffle the 3 decks of cards. There's 1, 2, and 3. You're going to flip the 1s up on these spots, and then you're going to pick a number of ancestors, which is 3 times the number of players, so in this case 6. Put the time board out. If you're playing with the time warps, which look like this on the back, which I am playing with, you'll put them in the center of the board like that. And then each player will get one of these like timeline boards here, and they'll actually get 4. So you're going to be able to pick which one you want for each of the 3 rounds. You're going to have one left over. A little crystal jar, and for the time warp you get a second scoring, and you get 1 crystal. All right, and then we're ready to go. We each start with our time clock on 12, and we're going to be moving around. And what we're trying to do is we are trying to create a timeline in chronological order from oldest to newest to score points. And we also want to get tokens, which we're going to be which we're going to get to put on this board to score points, get extra bonuses, and all that kind of thing. So that's enough talking. Let's just go first. So whoever's on top goes first, or whoever's farthest back takes their turn. All right. So yellow is up. What they're going to do is they're going to be spending time, which you can see down in the hourglass here, to take cards. You can adjust how much time is spent by spending crystals. That takes an hour off of the time. So I want an old time. So let's do this one. So I take this 37,000 BC. Cost me 3 time. I'm going to spend my crystal, so it cost me 2 time. Then I'm going to get a green token that I will immediately put on the topmost space of my green. Okay, and then that's my turn. If you took a card from the board, you get some extra bonuses, and then slide down. Next player's turn. They want to, not a super old one. I'll take this one. So they'll spend 2, but really just 1 because they're going to spend their crystal. They will get a yellow token and a red token. And they go on the appropriate spaces on the board, and that's that. And now these slide down, and it's their turn again because they're farthest back on the track. Now, instead of taking a card on their turn, they could take their marker and go over here, spend the appropriate amount of time if they want to, and then take that action. Okay, but you don't have to do that. They don't want to do that yet. So it's their turn again. They would like to get this one, so they'll take this one. Cost them 2 time. Yeah, 2 time. They get a blue token from taking it off that space and another red one. So the red one goes here, blue one goes here. If you fill out a row here, 10 points. If you cover up points, you get those points immediately. Okay, so that goes there. Back to me because I'm now in the back. Oh, I moved the wrong one. I moved the wrong ones both times. Dang it. So it should have been red taking 2 turns, so we'll just pretend that that's what happened. So it's now red's turn. All right. So let's do Oh no, that's right. That's right. I did 2. They did 1. Plus 2. Yeah, now it's red's turn. Yeah, that's right. All right, I did that right. Man. Okay. So I have super old. I'm going to take this one. Ooh, 4 time. That is rough. That is rough. Well, we're going to do it. 4 time. But it gives me 2 blues and a yellow. 2 blues and a yellow. Spin 4 time. And I get a yellow, a blue, and a blue. All right. And that's my turn. Yellow, because they're farthest back. And they have to take a kind of new one. So they'll take this. What's that one? 14s. They're actually going to take an ancestor. So that costs them 3 time. You take this card. It goes here. It basically is any year that you need it to be. And they get a wild token. And the wild token can be anything. And you still have to go to the top most of whatever you're putting it. And I'm going to go there. And I'll get a crystal. Because I need a crystal. All right. Yellow's turn again still. Because they're on top. So let's take this one. So that'll cost them 4. They're going to spend a crystal. That'll give them 3 time. 1, 2, 3. And then they're going to get a yellow, a red, a green, and a wild. All right, so yellow, wild, green. So now that's full. 10 points for yellow. And then I have a red. Done. So I don't want any more red tokens because those are not going to help me out. Okay, done. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get as many cards as you can in your trek. You can see over here, the more cards you get, the more points that each trek is going to be worth. If you ever have to take a card that you can't play, you close that trek up, it'll be worth those points at the end of the game and you start a new one. So back to me. Man, geez, I made a big jump here. So let's do 1471. And that will be 4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4. A blue, a yellow, and a crystal. All right, and then we'll put these down. So we got a blue, that gives me 3 points. And then a yellow gives me a crystal. And now it is yellow's turn again. All right. Ooh, that one has a wow, that's nice. All right, so yellow has 1, 2, 3 before they can get back. And I think they're just going to do this. They're going to come over here. They're going to do this, spin 1 time, and they will get a wild. And they're going to put the wild right there, take 4 points. All right, and it's still their turn because they're on top, but they can't do that again. Oh, all the players get a red. So I'll get a red, which is cool. All right. You know, I might do that same, still yellow's turn. So yellow's going to do this one. Now, they only have 2 time left. If they make it exactly here with their card that they picked, they get an extra 3 points, but they're not. They're picking a 5, so they're getting kind of a bonus, but you know, they don't get the extra 3 points. So they get a crystal for taking off that space. A blue, a wild, and a crystal. Blue, wild, crystal. All right, so the blue will go here. The wild will go here. And that is their turn. All right, and they are done for the round. All right, my turn. I have 2 time as well. I could get a couple cards maybe if I play this correctly here. 1471. That's 16. Okay, yeah, let's do this. I'll take 1629. Spend 2 crystals. That'll cost me 1 time. And that'll give me a red and a wild. So we'll put the wild here and the red. So that'll give me 2 points. 1, 2. And then I can take 1 more card because I have 1 time. And I think I'm actually going to do this. So I'll go here, spend 1 time. Made it exactly, so I get the punctuality bonus. And I get a wild. Other players get red. They can't take any red, so I'll just spin my wild here. I get 9 more points. All right, and that is the end of day 1. Now, what happens at the end of day 1 is you keep your trek going because you're still doing all that. You get rid of all your tokens. So let's clean that up. Get rid of the tokens. Oh, man. Use both hands, that might go a little faster. All right, tokens. Then we're going to pick a new card to start playing. Pick a new card, so this card will go away, this card will go away. New card. Again, you select, I'm just grabbing. Select a new card. Then all of the round 1 cards go away. They're done. We get round 2 cards. They come in. And we get a new time warp card. We each get our marker back. New time warp card is that. So that'll give you that ability, and we keep going. And we're going to do this through 3 rounds. So we have 1 more round after this one, and then we're going to score. So into the game, you're going to score your treks. So number of cards you have in each trek, you get that many points, you score that. Any unspent crystals, 1 point. And that's it. So whoever has the most points after the 3 rounds, doing all the final games, in-game scoring stuff, is the winner. That's how you play Trekking Through History. Let's go up the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was Trekking Through History. So let's look at the components, because the components on this are amazing. First off, here are the tokens for your itinerary. In this amazing container, just sits in the box. Love it. Great components. They're nice plastic. I'm not going to get them out because I don't want to get them out. A cool stopwatch token here, so you can move around. Doesn't need. It could be a cube. The stopwatch token is fantastic. Nice cardboard crystal container. I forget what it's called. Crystal, whatever. Where you put your crystals on. Really nice. Piles of itineraries. You need 4 each game, so there's a lot of variety here. Just different combinations of how the tokens are going to go on. Not like drastically different, but they do feel a little bit different. 3 decks of cards with fantastic artwork. I like all this artwork. Looks really good. That's just deck number 3. They're all consistently good. Also another player mat. So we took a look at Her Story. If we haven't at the time of this video dropped, we will look at Her Story as well. That also has a player mat, also from Underdog Games. And it's a fantastic play mat. Again, these play mats are not necessary. You can just put the cards on the table, but it looks a lot cleaner when this is on the board or the table, and just makes for a nicer looking production in the game. So this is a really good game. This is the 3rd game in the trekking series. Her Story is kind of like trekking adjacent. Feels similar to this one, but a little bit different. But it was trekking the parks, trekking the world, which we have a video for. You can go check that out on on our channel. I'll link to it. And then this one. Now, I don't think this one's as good as Trekking the World. I really like Trekking the World. I haven't played Trekking the National Parks, but it feels like Ticket to Ride, so I'm sure it's fine. But I like Trekking the World a lot. It also feels like Ticket to Ride. Now, this one doesn't feel like that system, because that is a draw cards, draw cards, draw cards, play some cards, collect some contracts, score some points. This one is drafting cards using a time mechanism to try to, that's the resource and the currency that you're using to acquire those cards. And then collecting these tokens to put them on your itinerary to score points. So while it's in the series with the trekking name, it feels vastly different, at least from Trekking the World, which is basically like Trekking the National Parks 2.0. So not my favorite of the ones that I've played, but the production really amps it up quite a bit. Trekking the World has amazing production. I think this production might even be better. So I'm going to give this game a BGM Accept the Seal. This is going to get a 7 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 3.5 out of 5 wrenches on an arbitrary wrench scale. That means absolutely nothing, but with that to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I am going to do. So that is Trekking Through History from Underdog Games. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.